Alright. Salomio. Okay. This is Excelsior's first video report post further confusion convention in San Jose, which is over there somewhere that way. And I wanted to do first up a report on the parade and that I was in. I got into the parade, and that was what I've been counting on for who knows how long since I decided to go to the convention, which probably has been forever. So Saturday was very important for me. Tried for the live animal thing in the morning, missed it. And then the parade itself, I was so worried. So worried. You know, I need an escort, all that weird stuff. It's a parade, you know, we just walk. Fun. And then that evening, Frolic. A lot of firsts there, you know. I'm going to keep this rated G, so I'm not going to talk about Frolic anymore. It was rated G for me because I didn't do anything. I just sat there. I already put it in my Fur Affinity journal, so look it up there. So, be prepared. This is going to be a tearjerker, I think. So, I'm going to be employing some emotional control at this point because, wow. I mean, wow. There were a lot of fursuits there. I mean, it was incredible. I was surprised. I thought, you know, a lot, but I mean, it was ridiculous. And the preliminary estimates were, I think they said something like 470 something-ish, 430-ish fursuits participated in the parade. Now, I thought everybody that's suited would be in the parade, but there were several people that stayed behind saying, I ain't going to do this one. Or they may have done it 100 times. They say, this is so boring. So, with a little further ado, they always say, without much ado, well, I got to do something. I do. Yeah. So, we're gathering in the main dance hall, and we then started to proceed out the side door into the first hallway. It was in the convention center. Now, I got out of sequence a little bit. Now, a little bit of history before the first scene. I have watched a lot of fursuit parade videos on YouTube and so forth, and just loved it and all that sort of thing. I just envy all those fun things that we get to have. And that's why I made the effort to make this fursuit. Because I wanted to do the same thing too. And I did it. So, in those videos, I saw about a dozen, maybe 2 dozen, scattered about a little bit on the hallway, not much at all, in the fursuit parade videos. So I figured, well, okay, yeah, a dozen. Wow, you know, a lot of people, that's a lot of people to take pictures of me. So, okay, cool, wow. So we get out in the first hallway in the convention center. Wow. That was what was there, you know, a dozen or 2 little people hanging around. It looked normal. Looked like what I saw in the videos. But as I say, you don't always see everything that's going on. Oh, whoa. So, prancing down the hallway, and we come to the doors that separate the hallway beside the dance floor and the main concourse of this insanely large San Jose Convention Center. Insanely large. Can't emphasize that enough. And heading towards the Marriott Hotel, the 2nd floor. Here we go. went through the doors. And here was a sea of photographers, cameras going like you wouldn't believe, everywhere, solid, huge number of people watching us. That's when I started crying. Believe me, I think my head was more soaked from crying than, not much sweat, but a lot of crying. Oh, wow, it was something. And so we continued on and thought, yep, that's the main place. Boom, yeah, right. The rest is just walk around and come back, hit back, right? Nope. We then got over into the Marriott, the first into the, by the entrance and the way into the Marriott, there was another wall crowd of people, photographers of all types, in some audience. It was incredible. It was packed solid. The hallway was packed solid. So then we continued. We got to the next corner. Surprise, surprise! It was a packed solid again, and more cameras going like crazy. There could have been hundreds of pictures taken of me this whole trip. I don't know. It was incredible. And then we go in through the overflow area of the dealer's den, went into the dealer's den, going around. All eyes were on us. Everything stopped dead cold, and pictures and so forth, and we were the center of attention. And that's the most wonderful thing about having a fursuit, is we're the center of attention. Not everybody can handle that, and I got to remember that too. That's why not many want to get fursuits. They don't like being the center of attention. They want to blend into the woodwork. Not this lion. So, so parade around inside, came back out, and at that place again, solid wall-to-wall photographers and audience. Came down to the next corner, again, solid wall-to-wall photographers. Everywhere that we went, it was like that. I mean, it was incredible. You know, I mean, little old me, little old Randy. Oops, ha, the guy inside here. Was never paid much attention to. I grew up as a geek, and you know, the pecking order business in school. There would be the big jocks, there would be all the athletic kids, regular kids, the geek, and I mean, some of the disabled and so forth would be the last pick. I was a member of the geeks, aka disabled. There was the no pick. We never got picked. I never got into these sports. Part of it resulted in my being overweight. I had no activities except model railroading, odds and ends. Had I gotten into sports, I don't know what would have happened. But so I was nobody. I mean, a lot of people liked me. A lot of people liked me. But being worthy of picture taken care of me never happened. If I was standing with a group, maybe, but sometimes I was so shy, I would go start walking away when they get the camera out. But going out those doors from the first hallway into the main concourse, that was just, oh my fucking God. You know, just, I don't swear normally, that was ridiculous. Huge number. If you had stage fright, that's when you would have had a panic attack. That was incredible. That was the equivalent of the guy standing in front of a camera. And the videographer, host says, "You will be viewed by 2 million viewers." Ta-da! And the guy goes, "Ah! No, no, not me! No, no, no!" All I do is cry the whole trip. Oh, boy. All the way back. then we got back into the hall, into excuse me. Yeah, wet hanky. It's dry. Ah, gotcha. So, so we got in and we started to assemble for the group photo. And it was a nice big area, so we pretty much got in and we filled it in. But instead of everybody's got to sit still and take a pose, blah, 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 these guys go here, those guys there, they tried to organize us. Being very hard of hearing, I didn't hear the instructions, but that was not important because we were, as far as I know, intentionally allowed to mull about. So we're mulling about a little bit, you know, like, hey, there's a camera, you know, stuff like that. I'm way in the back, you know, where's Waldo? And the Waldo guy and Rose Waldo was easier to find than us, and Needle in a Haystack was easier to find a specific furry. It was incredible. And I didn't care where I was. That being seen, being up front or anything like that was not important to me at all for that photograph. Just being there. Just being there. It was, like I said, wet. So when we dispersed, still crying, I made it down to the car, which I had to change out because we didn't have a changing room. Naughty, naughty balls. It's hard to time between all the people walking by going, what the heck's going on there? What's he doing in that car? You know, is he having sex? No, I'm changing clothes. You know, I'm putting on a fursuit. Well, okay, because of my disabilities, it was difficult to do it completely in the car, so I sat on the edge. I have my shorts on and stuff, so there was no nudity. Well, unless you count this part nudity, and I do. Yeah. I prefer fur. Can't get enough fur. Just when I got there, I just bawled my heart out. It was incredible. The whole thing, I felt like as if I was more famous than Cher and Madonna combined. You pick one or two or three or four or five celebrities. Not all of celebrities, just, you know, there's, Michael Jackson, I forgot, he's in a recent version of who's that old guy that died in the 70s? Strums a guitar, I don't know what his name is. I don't know, I forgot his name, it's on the top of my head. Did 50s rock music. Those guys, yeah, a lot more famous. But it felt to me, it was incredible. Absolutely worth the effort to be there. Wow. So, continuing on for the day, I can't remember much. It was kind of a blur. I think I went out to dinner, you know, meeting a friend. We went out to dinner. Hey, Radness. Whoa, you there? Hello? Hello? Okay. Then that evening, I could have gone to a panel before Frolic, but I had to make absolutely certain I was there. I was the first fursuiter there while Neon Bunny was setting up. So I guess I was a little early. And they had a nice changing tent and all that sort of stuff area there. And so I wandered around to get the lay of the land. And then the place started filling in and filling in and filling in and filling in. And it's a lot more roomy in a sardine can. Wonderful. Poor little Omi. Now this is a 2-for-1 report. This is also a report on Frolic, because not much went on there for me. So I kept an eye out for people. I wanted to meet this guy, that guy. I couldn't see him. It was a fantastic venue, fantastic setup. And here's Neon Bunny doing it with a broken leg. Congrats, kid. So, I'm there wandering around, and I realized something. Having been growing up a geek and a shut-in and all that sort of stuff, I wouldn't know if somebody was flirting with me if they came up and gave me a deep French kiss. And I don't mean to the fursuit, I mean stuff, you know, really into it, you know. Kissing a fursuit, normal, you know, it's kind of fun. But, so I was there, you know, and it was a lot of firsts for me. First time encountering that stuff, nightclub, yada, yada, yada. But I didn't get any action. I didn't know. I had no idea. I still got a lot to learn. I'm 52 years old. 5'2", you know. And just getting my life started. Just getting it started. I tried, after my mother passed away, but unfortunately evictions, homelessness, trying to get an income, blah, 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 blah. It was just a rotten life. So, here I am. Culmination of 6 months having made this fursuit, kind of a bookend thing. In July I made the fursuit, and I can't remember, I think it was the next month, I'm not sure, it was my first fursuit outing, the premiere of this guy. And then on and on and on, and unfortunately, for financial reasons, this was a final farewell. Sunday was the last time I could be at the convention, and the last time fursuiting for the foreseeable future, but I'm going to make one exception. I'm going to try to make it Petaluma, to my old stomping grounds. Hey Petaluma! Hello Sonoma County Furries! Yay! Whatever. And then that's it. For who knows how long. I need to find people who would love to be friends with me and to go fursuiting and to be a handler for me. I was normally very, very scared to go fursuiting in the first place anyway. And so when everybody said because of my, and it's legitimate by the way, it's legitimate. I'm never disputing the need, to some extent, of having a handler. I do need somebody to help me with hearing. Even out of fursuit, I need somebody to help with that. So I was reluctant. I just now really can't on my own, solo. Closest is a short walk on the sidewalk in front of the mobile home park where there's no stopping, moderate traffic, nobody's slowing down much, so even though somebody see me in the daylight, for example, I'm chicken, so I tend to stick out to the night because the daylight's, what am I, a spectacle or something? Bum. Yes, I am. I just can't, I want to say more. That was so impressive, that parade. All these people, all those photographers, all those cameras. But it was not just cell phones for the most part, and a couple of professionals. Everywhere. SLRs like you wouldn't believe coming out the wazoo. And the cell phones. So take the one corner, small area, not a huge number of people, maybe a couple of dozen at the most squeezed in, and that means they were squeezed. So we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 10 cameras going, a dozen. So a dozen chances for a single picture of me and others. There was a lot of others in that parade. Don't think I forgot about them. A funny little bit was I saw Doppler, a guy I know from the Bay Area. Not know him well. We're both shy. Everybody's shy. We don't meet and talk much. So Doppler was there. I thought he'd be the head of the parade, but wow, with so many fursuits and so many different designs and so much incredible stuff, anybody would blend in. So Doppler had his camera, was doing his thing in the dance hall. Then we went outside. I figured he was just going to be doing photographs, but he was in fursuit. But we continued on, and I didn't know he was continuing with us about 4 or 5 persons back. So we go and going out, and I start to see videos. They got posted really fast on YouTube of the convention. I'm in 9 out of 11 videos. Some of them cut out because I was towards the end. Not enough memory. Guys, buy more memory, please. Kidding. No big deal. It's not that big a deal. 9. Wow. So, we're going along, and here's Doppler coming up on me. I'm not sure why. Maybe some folks dropped out. They were behind me. They were just scared to death. I'm not sure. So we're going around, and here's Doppler. Apparently was probably following me the whole trip. I don't know how much I was on his camera. I haven't seen his upload if he's ever going to upload it. Doppler, Mr. Groggy Fox, upload it for me, please. Let me have a copy, something, anything, please. I want to know. Is my fat ass showing that video? You bet your sweet patooties. So, we're heading back out of the Marriott into the main concourse with Doppler right behind me, and then we made the little turn through for the concourse's 1,000,001 photographers, and one of them caught a picture of me, one of 2 that's been uploaded so far, and there's Doppler hiding behind me, and you could barely see his ears. I upstaged Doppler. Silly little old lamb like me, I upstaged Doppler. Poor guy. Drop my hanky. Waiting for a chivalry guy to come and pick it up and... Oh, I'm a guy. Oh, okay. Moving right along. I have a feeling the camera's going to run out of time, memory. So, for now, until the next video, on the convention of Further Confusion 2012, is this Excelsior saying, gotta love that parade. Good night.